My esteemed listeners, pause for a moment and consider the insidious grip of an unexamined life. Have you ever felt your day control you before you even get out of bed? That subtle current of anxiety, that sense of being perpetually behind, always chasing, always reacting, this, my friends, is not fate. This is a broken pattern. This is the consequence of surrendering the most potent moments of your existence, the sacred dawn, to the dictates of chance, to the whims of distraction, to the insidious currents of indifference. But what if I told you that the first few minutes, the initial conscious stirrings of your day, hold the alchemical power to utterly rewire your mind, to reclaim your inherent power, and to fundamentally reshape the very trajectory of your destiny? This, my friends, is not mere philosophy. It is an immutable law, a profound truth understood by every titan of achievement, every master of self-command, every architect of enduring legacy. The moment you reclaim your morning, you reclaim your life. Your mind, I assure you, is a programmable entity. And the morning before the world's noise contaminates its pristine canvas is your most profound window of opportunity. If you do not consciously claim that moment, if you do not meticulously imprint it with your definite purpose, the world with its relentless demands and its seductive distractions will inevitably claim it for you. In just a few moments, I will unveil the simple yet revolutionary shifts that can empower you to meticulously rewire your mind, to utterly reclaim your inherent power, and to unleash an unstoppable force from the very first minute of each new day. First, you must, with the unflinching courage of a warrior, understand that the first battle of your day is won before the sun even fully rises. Each new dawn, my friends, presents not merely a new day, but a fresh battlefield. And this battle is not waged against external foes, not against competitors, not against circumstance. No. This battle is waged fiercely and relentlessly against your own indifference, against your own inertia, against the seductive whispers of delay that seek to keep you tethered to the comfortable shackles of the past. The true victory, the fundamental conquest of your day, begins the very instant you awaken. That singular, potent moment between the lingering mists of slumber and the awakening of conscious decision is where destinies are indeed made or broken. While the vast masses hit the ubiquitous snooze button, choosing the temporary, ephemeral comfort of delay over the profound, enduring power of direction, the uncommon few, the masters of their own being, who choose to rise with unwavering resolve, step into a world unclaimed by hesitation. This is not about waking up early for the mere sake of a routine. It is about an unflinching understanding that the first decision of your day becomes the undeniable commander of all decisions that follow. If your first act is a surrender to comfort, your entire day will likely reflect that initial act of yielding. But if your first act is a profound declaration of will, an act of conscious choice, then your entire day will bend to that initial command, aligning with your definite purpose. Your morning, my friends, is your mind's clean slate. It is untouched by the anxieties of the past day, unclouded by the distractions that will inevitably flood your consciousness. In that sacred stillness, your spirit is most malleable, most receptive, most profoundly open to being shaped by deliberate purpose, or tragically, to being surrendered to the chaos of external impulse. If you seize that moment, that pristine window of opportunity, with unwavering intention, you set a powerful, unbreakable precedent. You declare to your subconscious and to the universe, I lead, I do not follow, I act, I do not react, I create, I do not merely consume. The man who waits for a sudden surge of inspiration will always be second to the one who moves with unwavering intention. The greatest minds in history, the titans of industry, the visionaries who reshaped civilization, did not awaken by chance. They awakened by design. They understood that the first decision, the first act of the day, is the profound statement that sets the tone for all that follows. So, from this moment forward, when you awaken, understand that you are standing on a battlefield, and the first victory you achieve, the first decision you make, will dictate the outcome of the entire day. That, my friends, is the profound truth of mastering your dawn. Second, you must, with the precise intention of an architect, understand that your mind is programmable and your morning is your profound window of opportunity. Many men stumble through life, constantly reacting to external stimuli, perpetually seeking external validation, and forever at the mercy of their environment. They believe their thoughts, their feelings, their very destinies are products of chance, mere reactions to the unfolding world. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that your mind is not merely a passive recipient of information. No, it is a powerful, dynamic instrument, perpetually absorbing, processing, and ultimately creating your reality based on the dominant thoughts and beliefs that are impressed upon it. And nowhere is your mind more receptive, more pliable, more profoundly open to new empowering programs than in the quiet nascent hours of your morning, just as you emerge from the subconscious depths of sleep. This early morning period, before the conscious mind's analytical filters are fully engaged, is your most potent window for mental reprogramming. It is the ideal time to bypass the limiting beliefs, the fears, and the self-sabotaging patterns that may reside within your subconscious, and to directly impress upon it the blueprints for your desired success. Most people, tragically, squander this profound opportunity. They awaken and immediately expose themselves to the chaotic noise of the world, the news filled with negativity, the insidious scroll of social media, the demanding chime of their inbox. They allow their minds to be indiscriminately filled with doubt, with anxiety, with the limiting beliefs of others, and then they wonder why their days are consumed by frustration, why their efforts seem to yield little fruit, and why they perpetually feel behind. But the wise, the truly astute, understand that the morning is their sacred laboratory. It is the time to consciously, deliberately, and with unwavering conviction impress upon their subconscious mind the exact thoughts, the empowering beliefs, and the vivid images that will lead to their desired outcomes. This is the practice of auto-suggestion, not as a fleeting wish, but as a systematic, disciplined process of mental imprinting. In the quiet of your morning, speak to yourself, aloud if possible, the definite purpose you are committed to achieving. Declare your chosen identity with unwavering conviction. I am a person of unstoppable momentum. I am a leader who inspires action. I am a magnet for opportunity and abundance. Visualize your grandest goals as if they have already been achieved, feeling the profound emotions of success, of gratitude, of undeniable triumph. Imbue these mental images with vivid detail, with compelling sensory experience, for emotion, my friends, is the fuel that deeply impresses thoughts upon the receptive canvas of your subconscious mind. Consider the profound truth of the master sculptor. He does not begin by merely wishing for a masterpiece. No. He first creates a meticulous blueprint, an intricate design in his mind's eye, and then with unwavering focus, he meticulously begins to sculpt, chip by painstaking chip, until the raw material conforms to the perfect image he holds within. So too must you approach your own life. Use your morning to sculpt your mind. Use auto-suggestion to program your inner blueprint. Plant the seeds of your definite purpose, your burning desire, your unwavering faith, and your vivid expectations deep into the fertile soil of your subconscious. Nurture these seeds with unwavering consistency and profound emotion, and I assure you, with the certainty of immutable law, that your subconscious mind in its boundless obedience will relentlessly work, day and night, to bring those meticulously planted seeds into their full, magnificent manifestation in your external reality. That, my friends, is the profound secret of proactive mental mastery. That is how you reclaim your power from the very first minute. Third, you must, with the unflinching insight of a true master, understand that procrastination is merely resistance in disguise, and your morning is your daily crucible for conquering it. Many men mistakenly believe that procrastination is a character flaw, a sign of laziness or a lack of motivation. They berate themselves for their perceived weakness, creating a vicious cycle of self-condemnation that only serves to deepen the habit of delay. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that procrastination is rarely about laziness, More often it is a subtle subconscious resistance to discomfort, to fear, to the unknown, or to the perceived overwhelming nature of the task ahead. It is your inner self's attempt to protect you from perceived pain, even if that pain is merely the discomfort of initiation, the challenge of growth, or the fear of potential failure. And the morning, my friends, before the momentum of the day can fully seize you, is your daily crucible, your profound testing ground for conquering this insidious resistance. It is the moment when you must, with unwavering resolve, choose discipline over comfort, action over inertia, and purpose over fleeting distraction. The insidious voice of resistance is often loudest in the quiet of the morning, whispering seductive suggestions to linger in bed, to delay the difficult task, to postpone the essential effort. This is not merely temptation. This is the ultimate test of your will. This is the moment when you declare with every fiber of your being, who is truly in command, you or your impulses. The successful men and women, the architects of profound achievement, do not wait for motivation to strike. No, they understand a far more potent truth. Action creates motivation. They choose to act precisely when they least feel like it. They push through the initial discomfort, the mental friction of beginning, knowing that the very act of initiation generates the momentum, the clarity, and the confidence that they mistakenly believed had to precede the effort. When you rise, when you engage in your sacred morning ritual, when you take that first deliberate action, you are sending a powerful, unequivocal message to your subconscious. My will is supreme. My purpose is non-negotiable. My goals are more powerful than my passing comfort. Consider the wisdom inherent in the consistent, unwavering flow of a mighty river. Does it cease its journey when confronted by a mighty boulder? No, it does not argue. It does not complain. It simply it flows around it, over it, through it, slowly, relentlessly eroding until the seemingly insurmountable obstacle becomes a mere testament to its unwavering persistence. So too must you approach the inevitable resistance that arises in your morning. Do not fight it. Flow through it. Do not surrender to it. Persist beyond it. Embrace the discomfort of initiation as a profound signal that you are growing, that you are expanding, that you are pushing beyond the limiting boundaries of your path. This daily confrontation with morning resistance is your profound training ground for life's greater battles. Each time you choose discipline over delay, each time you push through discomfort, each time you act despite the insidious whisper of inertia, you are not merely achieving a small victory, you are, with chilling certainty, forging an unyielding character. You are cultivating an unstoppable will. You are building an inner fortress of self-mastery that will serve you unfailingly in every area of your life. So tomorrow morning, when the insidious whisper of resistance attempts to claim your will, greet it with the fierce, unyielding resolve of a champion. Do not succumb. Do not negotiate. Act. For in that singular, decisive act of choosing discipline, you will not merely conquer a momentary impulse. You will, my friends, conquer your own limitations and unleash the unstoppable force of your true potential. That, I assure you, is the profound secret of rewiring your mind and reclaiming your power. Fourth, you must, with the profound foresight of a master builder, meticulously lay the foundational stones of your day through strategic evening preparation. Many men awaken feeling scattered, unfocused, and reactive because they have failed to consciously prepare for the dawn. They end their days haphazardly, leaving their minds and environments in disarray, and then wonder why their mornings are consumed by chaos and indecision. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that the most successful mornings are not born from chance. They are meticulously engineered the night before. Your evening is not merely a conclusion, it is the crucial prelude, the silent architect of your magnificent tomorrow. The true champions, the masters of their time, understand that the battle for the morning is often won in the stillness of the previous night. They do not merely end their day, they complete it with intention. Before retiring, they take a few precious moments to meticulously plan the following morning. They clarify their most important task, their definite purpose for the coming day. They mentally rehearse the initial steps, reducing the friction of begin. They organize their physical environment, ensuring their workspace is clean, their tools are ready, and their path to immediate action is frictionless. This strategic evening preparation acts as a profound act of mental pre-paving, signaling to the subconscious mind the unequivocal intention to seize the morning with purpose and power. Consider the wisdom of the military commander. He does not send his troops into battle without meticulous planning, without clear objectives, without ensuring their equipment is prepared. No, he strategizes in advance, anticipating challenges, defining priorities, and ensuring every detail is in place to maximize the chances of victory. So too must you approach your mornings. Plan your attack the night before, clarify your objectives, prepare your tools, ensure your mind knows precisely what its mission is the moment it awakens. This eliminates the debilitating friction of indecision, the wasted energy of wandering, and the subtle paralysis that often accompanies an unprepared mind. This deliberate act of evening preparation is a powerful antidote to morning chaos, to the feeling of being overwhelmed, and to the insidious tendency to postpone because the path is unclear. When you awaken, your mind is not confronted with a blank slate of uncertainty, but with a meticulously laid out blueprint for immediate purposeful action. The decision has already been made. The path has already been illuminated. All that remains is execution. This consistency of preparation cultivates a profound sense of composure, a quiet confidence that radiates from your very core, for you know, with absolute certainty, that you are not reacting to the day, but responding to a plan you authored with unwavering intention. So tonight, before you close your eyes, take a few precious moments. Do not merely end your day, complete it with command. Clarify your most important task for tomorrow. Lay out your clothes. Prepare your workspace. Mentally rehearse the first few minutes of your morning ritual, and then, with the profound satisfaction of a master architect, rest, knowing that you have meticulously laid the foundational stones for a day of undeniable purpose and power. For when the night prepares the way, the morning arrives with clarity. And clarity, my friends, commands the world. That, I assure you, is the profound secret to rewiring your mind and reclaiming your power from the very first moment of dawn. My esteemed listeners, you have now been initiated into the profound understanding that your morning is not merely a segment of time, but a sacred crucible for forging your destiny. You have learned to conquer the first battle of the day, to program your mind with conscious intention, and to strategically prepare your dawn through meticulous evening ritual. But the journey to absolute mastery over your mornings, to transforming them into an unstoppable force for wealth, health, and profound purpose demands an even deeper understanding of the subtle yet undeniable laws that govern human achievement. For the true power of the morning lies not merely in what you do, but in who you become through its disciplined application. Today, we journey further into the profound secrets of awakening an unshakable inner power, of cultivating a certainty that bends reality to your will, and of harnessing the hidden forces within you to manifest a life of undeniable triumph. This is not about adding more tasks to your already busy schedule, but about imbuing every waking moment with an amplified purpose, a strategic intent that compels success into your orbit. First, you must, with the unflinching conviction of a prophet, cultivate an unshakable and applied faith in the certainty of your outcomes. Beginning in the quiet of your morning, many men awaken with a subtle undercurrent of doubt, a quiet skepticism that shadows their potential. They approach the day with a guarded optimism, hoping for success, but never truly believing in its inevitability. This insidious lack of faith, this absence of absolute conviction in their definite purpose, acts as an invisible hand, subtly sabotaging their best efforts, causing them to hesitate, to postpone, to react to circumstances rather than to command them. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that your morning is not a neutral canvas. It is a profound reflection of your deepest expectations. And when you approach it with unwavering faith, you imbue it with an irresistible energy that compels the universe to conspire in your favor. Applied faith in the morning is not a passive hope, a mere wish upon a star. No, it is an active, dynamic force that translates belief into immediate, purposeful action. It is the profound conviction, cultivated in the stillness of dawn, that every single moment of the unfolding day, Every interaction, every challenge, every opportunity is ultimately working for your highest good, propelling you closer to your definite purpose. When you awaken with this unwavering faith, you are sending an unmistakable signal to your subconscious mind and to the very fabric of the universe that you are absolutely certain of a positive outcome. You are declaring, with every deliberate motion, today is my day. Today I will advance. Today, success is inevitable, for I walk in certainty. And when you embody such unshakable belief, the unseen forces begin, paradoxically, to align in your favor, creating synchronicities, opening pathways, and revealing solutions that would remain hidden to the skeptical, doubting mind. Consider the Titan, who against all odds, built an empire from a mere idea. Did he possess every resource, every solution, every guarantee of success before he broke ground? No. He possessed a vision, a burning desire, and an unyielding faith in the ultimate realization of his purpose. His faith was not a fleeting sentiment, it was an applied force, manifesting in every bold decision, every tireless effort, every relentless step forward. He acted as if it were impossible to fail, and in doing so he made failure impossible. So too must you approach your morning. Prepare your mind with unwavering faith. Sow the seeds of your intentions with absolute conviction. Tend to your actions with meticulous care, knowing that the laws of success, though they require consistent effort, are ultimately infallible. This unwavering applied faith is the ultimate antidote to morning lethargy, to the insidious desire to linger in the comfortable shackles of sleep, to the temptation to begin the day in a reactive slump. For why would you delay? Why would you hesitate if you knew with absolute certainty that every conscious, purposeful action you take from the moment you awaken is a direct step toward your inevitable triumph? The fear of the unknown, the doubt in your own capacity, these are the shadows that morning inertia thrives upon. But in the blazing light of unwavering faith, these shadows simply vanish. So cultivate this profound belief, not merely as a fleeting thought, but as a living, breathing, undeniable force that guides your every action from the moment your eyes open. See the glorious end in mind, with such vivid clarity, with such emotional intensity, that the present challenges simply pale in comparison. For the man who acts with unwavering faith from the very first moment of his day moves with an unstoppable momentum, a force that bends reality itself to his indomitable will. That, my friends, is the power that transcends mere effort. That is the power that ensures your day begins with purpose and ends in triumph. Second, you must, with the meticulous precision of a master strategist, dedicate your morning to strategic planning and prioritization, identifying your high-leverage activity. Many men rush through their days, consumed by an endless list of tasks, constantly busy, yet perpetually feeling unproductive. They confuse activity with accomplishment, and they squander their most potent energy on low-value tasks that yield little return. They react to urgency rather than respond to importance. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that true productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing the right things at the right time with maximum focus. And the morning, before the world can bombard you with its demands, is your profound opportunity to identify and execute your highest impact, high-leverage activities. The successful men and women, the architects of great achievements, do not merely start their day. No, they design their day. They understand that their mental energy is highest, their focus sharpest, and their willpower most potent in the early hours. This is not the time for checking emails, for aimless browse, or for engaging in triviality. This is the sacred hour for deep, deliberate work on the tasks that will most profoundly advance their definite purpose. In the quiet of your morning, before the external world can impose its agenda upon you, sit with your definite purpose. Ask yourself, what single activity, if completed today, would have the most profound impact on my long-term goals? What high-leverage task, if initiated now, would create the most significant forward momentum? This ruthless prioritization, this unwavering focus on what truly matters, is the cornerstone of undeniable progress. Consider the profound truth of a mighty river. It does not flow in 1,000 directions. No, it channels its immense power into a single defined path, carving through stone,
shaping landscapes, and ultimately reaching its destination with irresistible force. So too must you channel your highest energy, your sharpest focus, into the few essential tasks that will yield the greatest return. Identify your one thing for the day. This is the task that, if completed, makes everything else easier or unnecessary. This is the keystone habit, the critical action, the undisputed priority that, when achieved, unlocks a cascade of subsequent successes. And then, with unwavering resolve, dedicate your most potent morning hours to its meticulous, focused execution. This strategic prioritization is a powerful antidote to morning overwhelm, to the feeling of being perpetually busy yet unproductive, and to the insidious habit of scattering your energy across a multitude of low-impact activities. When you awaken with a crystal-clear understanding of your highest priority, your mind is not consumed by indecision or distraction. It is powerfully directed, like a laser beam, toward the single target that truly matters. This clarity of focus generates an unstoppable momentum, a quiet confidence that radiates from your very core, for you know, with absolute certainty, that you are not merely doing tasks, but meticulously building your magnificent future brick by deliberate brick with your highest energy. So tomorrow morning, after your period of sacred silence and mental programming, take out your journal or simply sit in contemplation. Identify your one highest leverage activity for the day. Ruthlessly eliminate all distractions. And then, with the unwavering focus of a master craftsman, dedicate your most potent hours to its completion. For the man who knows his priorities, who consistently focuses his highest energy on what truly matters, will find that he not merely survives the day, but commands it, shaping it with precision and purpose, and transforming his potential into undeniable reality. That, my friends, is the profound secret of amplified achievement. Third, you must, with the unyielding resolve of a sculptor, master the subtle art of overcoming the inner critic and morning resistance, forging mental fortitude. Many men awaken with an insidious whisper of doubt, a subtle voice within that questions their capabilities, amplifies their fears, and magnifies the perceived difficulty of the tasks ahead. This inner critic, fueled by past failures or societal conditioning, becomes a powerful force of internal resistance, subtly sabotaging their best intentions, leading to procrastination, hesitation, and a creeping sense of inadequacy. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that this inner critic is not a permanent fixture of your being. It is a voice, a thought, a pattern that can be utterly silenced and replaced by an unshakable inner confidence, forged in the crucible of your morning discipline. Morning, before the full demands of the day can distract you, is your profound opportunity to confront and conquer this inner resistance. It is when you must, with unwavering resolve, choose discipline over comfort, action over inertia, and purpose over the seductive whispers of delay. The inner critic is often loudest when you are about to step out of your comfort zone, when you are about to initiate a task that demands growth, when you are about to challenge a limiting belief. This is not merely temptation. This is the ultimate test of your will. This is the moment when you declare, with every fiber of your being, who is truly in command, you or the voice of doubt. The successful men and women, the architects of profound achievement, do not wait for the inner critic to fall silent. No, they understand a far more potent truth. Action is the antidote to fear. They choose to act precisely when the inner critic is loudest, when the resistance is strongest, when they least feel like it. They push through the initial discomfort, the mental friction of beginning, knowing that the very act of initiation generates the momentum, the clarity and the confidence that they mistakenly believed had to precede the effort. When you rise, when you engage in your sacred morning ritual, when you take that first deliberate action despite the inner critic's objections, you are sending a powerful, unequivocal message to your subconscious. My will is supreme. My purpose is non-negotiable. My goals are more powerful than my passing comfort or my limiting thought.
Consider the profound example of the ancient warrior. He did not enter battle waiting for his fear to disappear. No, he trained tirelessly. He honed his skills, and he consistently faced smaller challenges, building his mental fortitude until the act of confronting his fears became an automatic response. He learned to channel his fear, to use it as a fuel for action, rather than to be paralyzed by it. So too must you approach your morning. Each time you choose discipline over delay, each time you push through discomfort, each time you act despite the insidious whisper of your inner critic, you are not merely achieving a small victory. You are, with chilling certainty, forging an unyielding character. You are cultivating an unstoppable will. You are building an inner fortress of self-mastery that will serve you unfailingly in every area of your life, silencing the inner critic and replacing it with an unshakable inner knowing. This daily confrontation with morning resistance, this conscious act of overcoming your inner critic, is your profound training ground for life's greater battles. Each time you choose discipline over delay, each time you push through discomfort, each time you act despite the insidious whisper of your inner critic, you are not merely achieving a small victory. You are, with chilling certainty, forging an unyielding character. You are cultivating an unstoppable will. You are building an inner fortress of self-mastery that will serve you unfailingly in every area of your life, silencing the inner critic and replacing it with an unshakable inner knowing. Fourth and finally, you must, with the profound foresight of a master architect, embrace the law of accumulation and the compound effect of your morning micro-victories. Many men make the grievous error of believing that monumental change requires a single heroic effort, a sudden surge of motivation, or an external stroke of luck. They underestimate the quiet, insidious power of consistency, and they fail to recognize that the greatest victories are often forged not in grand declarations, but in the relentless daily accumulation of small, seemingly insignificant wins. Procrastination, therefore, finds its foothold when tasks appear overwhelming, when the gap between the present and the desired outcome seems insurmountable. But when you break your day, and indeed your life, into a series of achievable micro-victories, meticulously executed in the quiet of your morning, you unleash a compounding force that is truly unstoppable. Your morning is your laboratory for these micro-victories. It is the testing ground where you prove to yourself repeatedly that you are capable of consistent action, that you are a person who follows through, that you are indeed the master of your own will. The act of waking up at your chosen time, despite the seductive lure of sleep, the act of engaging in sacred silence despite the clamor of distractions, the act of choosing your identity despite the whispers of doubt, the act of writing that one sentence, making that one call, completing that one small task. Each of these is a micro-victory, and each micro-victory in isolation may appear negligible, but when consistently repeated, day after relentless day, they compound into an irresistible momentum, a powerful snowball of discipline that crushes all resistance in its path. Consider the profound truth of the snowball rolling downhill. It begins as a tiny, almost imperceptible sphere. But with each rotation, each additional flake of snow it gathers, it grows, slowly at first, then with accelerating force until it becomes an unstoppable, monumental force. So too with your morning micro-victories. Each small act of discipline, each tiny triumph over inertia, each deliberate choice to begin, adds another layer to your mental and emotional strength. This consistent accumulation of wins builds a powerful, unbreakable habit of execution. It rewires your brain, teaching it that action, not delay, is your default. It strengthens your self-trust, proving to yourself repeatedly that you are a person of your word, a person upon whom you can absolutely rely. This conscious focus on compounding micro-victories is the ultimate antidote to the overwhelming feeling, to the insidious paralysis of analysis, to the temptation to postpone until the perfect moment arrives. For when you understand that your entire day, and indeed your entire life, is merely the sum total of these small, consistent choices, the desire to delay simply vanishes. You no longer wait for the perfect conditions. You create them, minute by deliberate minute, action by deliberate action, throughout your morning. Your momentum becomes self-generating. Your confidence becomes unshakable, and your path to success becomes not merely possible but inevitable. So tomorrow morning as you rise, focus not on the monumental mountain ahead, but on the single tiny, undeniable step you will take. And then with the fierce intention of a champion, take it.
and then another, and then another. Accumulate your micro-victories. Prove to yourself repeatedly that you are a person of action. For the man who masters his mornings, who consistently chooses discipline over comfort, who relentlessly compounds his small wins, will find that he has not merely changed his daily routine. He has, my friends, fundamentally rewritten his destiny. He has sculpted himself into an unstoppable force, a living testament to the profound power that lies in consciously creating every single moment, from the first light of dawn to the final triumph of his magnificent purpose. That, my friends, is the profound secret of mastering your mornings, and indeed the entire magnificent tapestry of your life. My esteemed listeners, you have now delved deep into the alchemical power of your morning, grasping its role as a sacred crucible for sculpting your destiny. You have learned to conquer the first battle of the day, to program your mind with unwavering intention, to strategically prepare your dawn through meticulous evening rituals, and to cultivate an unshakable faith in the certainty of your outcome. But the journey to absolute, undeniable mastery over your mornings, to transforming them into an unstoppable force for an extraordinary life, demands an even more profound understanding of the subtle yet omnipotent laws that govern human achievement. For the true power of the morning lies not merely in what you do, but in who you become through its deliberate, unwavering application. Today we ascend to a higher plane of conscious creation, revealing how the quiet hours before the world awakens are not just for personal discipline, but for an alignment with the universal principles of giving and receiving, for forging an unyielding inner discipline, and for cultivating an attitude of gratitude that magnetically attracts all good things into your experience. This is not about adding more to your plate, but about imbuing every waking moment with an amplified purpose, a strategic intent that compels success, joy, and abundance into your orbit. First, you must, with the profound generosity of a true creator, understand and apply the law of reciprocity in your morning, consciously giving to the day before it gives to you. Many men awaken with a mindset of scarcity, perpetually focused on what they lack, on what they need to acquire, on what the day must give to them. They approach their mornings as a means to extract, to consume, to take from the world. This narrow, self-centered perspective creates a subtle resistance, a closed, energetic circuit that inadvertently repels the very abundance they seek. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that the universe operates on a principle of perfect balance. What you give, you shall receive. What you sow, you shall reap, often multiple. And your morning, my friends, is your profound opportunity to set this magnificent law into motion by consciously choosing to give before you demand. Giving to the day in the quiet of your morning is not about grand gestures or material donations. It is about a fundamental shift in your internal posture. It is about contributing your highest self, your keenest focus, your most positive energy, and your most deliberate intention to the unfolding hours ahead. Before you even ask what the day will bring, ask yourself, what will I bring to this day? What quality of thought will I offer? What level of discipline will I commit? What vision will I impress upon its canvas? What positive energy will I emit? This conscious act of giving your best, from the moment you awaken, opens an unseen channel, a powerful energetic flow that compels the universe to reciprocate in kind, often in unexpected and profound ways. Consider the wisdom of the farmer. He does not demand a harvest before he sows his seed. No, he diligently prepares the soil. He meticulously plants the finest seeds. He nurtures them with unwavering care, knowing that his act of giving, his labor, his foresight, his trust will inevitably be met with an abundant return. His giving precedes his receiving. So too must you approach your morning. Sow the seeds of your best self. Imbue the initial hours with your purest intention. Give your focus, your energy, your enthusiasm, not as a transaction, but as a profound act of contribution. This conscious application of the law of reciprocity is a powerful antidote to morning apathy, to the feeling of being unmotivated, and to the insidious belief that success is something you must chase and capture. When you awaken with a mindset of contribution, when you consciously choose to bring your highest self to the day, You activate a magnetic force within you. You become a giver of positive energy, of focused intention, of disciplined action, and the universe, in its boundless wisdom, responds by pouring back into your life an abundance that matches your initial offer. This cultivates a profound sense of purpose, a quiet confidence that radiates from your very core, for you know with absolute certainty that you are not merely taking from the world, but actively co-creating its magnificence. So tomorrow morning, after your sacred silence, pause and ask yourself, what can I give to this day? How can I contribute my highest self? Choose one quality, be it unwavering focus, profound patience, relentless action, or abundant gratitude, and consciously commit to embodying it, to giving it freely to every moment. For the man who gives his best, from the very first breath, will find that life, in its infinite generosity, perpetually gives its best back to him. That, my friends, is the profound secret of attracting all good things. Second, you must, with the precise direction of a master navigator, master the moment of inertia, transforming hesitation into unstoppable momentum. Many men awaken with a clear understanding of their goals, a definite purpose firmly in mind, yet they find themselves paralyzed by the initial friction of beginning. That invisible force, that subtle resistance to initiation, is what I call the moment of inertia. It is the powerful temptation to delay, to postpone, to seek one more moment of comfort before engaging with the demands of their definite purpose. And if you permit this moment of inertia to claim your will in the quiet of your morning, it will relentlessly expand, consuming your day, diminishing your potential, and ultimately derailing your grandest aspiration. The true champions, the architects of profound achievement, do not wait for the moment of inertia to dissipate on its own. No, they understand that it must be confronted and conquered with immediate, decisive action. They know that the greatest victories are not achieved by waiting for inspiration to strike, but by striking the very instant inspiration presents itself, by choosing action precisely when they least feel like it. The initial discomfort of beginning, the mental friction of moving from stillness to motion, is often the most profound hurdle. But the wise understand that this initial resistance, once overcome, transforms into an irresistible momentum that propels them forward with effortless power. Consider the profound truth of a mighty rocket. Its greatest energy, its most powerful thrust is expended in the initial seconds of launch, breaking free from the gravitational pull of the Earth. Once it overcomes that formidable resistance, its journey through space becomes far more efficient, far more effortless. So too must you approach your morning. The moment of inertia is your gravitational pull, seeking to keep you tethered to the familiar, to the comfortable, to the safe confines of inaction. You must, with unwavering resolve, expend that initial burst of energy, that decisive act of will to break. Do not negotiate with your impulses. Do not rationalize delay. Simply act. Take that first step. Initiate that crucial task. Engage in that vital discipline. This conscious mastery of the moment of inertia is a powerful antidote to morning procrastination, to the feeling of being perpetually stuck, and to the insidious habit of surrendering to fleeting comfort. When you choose to act, precisely when your body craves rest or your mind seeks distraction, you are sending a profound, undeniable message to your subconscious. My will is supreme. My purpose is non-negotiable. My goals are more powerful than any passing impulse. Each time you conquer that moment of inertia, you are not merely completing a task, you are with chilling certainty forging an unyielding mental discipline, an indomitable spirit that fears no beginning, that bows to no resistance. So tomorrow morning, when that subtle whisper of delay attempts to claim your will, recognize it for what it is, the moment of inertia. Do not pause. Do not negotiate. Do not rationalize. Instead, with an immediate, decisive burst of energy, take that first step. Initiate that crucial action. Break free from the gravitational pull of comfort and launch yourself into the trajectory of your definite purpose. For the man who consistently conquers the moment of inertia will find that he has not merely mastered his mornings, but has unleashed an unstoppable momentum that will carry him effortlessly to the highest pinnacles of achievement. That, my friends, is the profound secret of relentless progress. Third, you must, with the profound foresight of a wise investor, cultivate an unyielding attitude of gratitude from the very first breath of your morning. Many men awaken with a focus on what they lack, on what is wrong in their lives, on the challenges that lie ahead. Their first thoughts are often tinged with complaint, with comparison, with a subconscious vibration of scarcity. This pervasive negativity, this unconscious dwelling on absence, inadvertently repels the very abundance and joy they seek. But I tell you, with the certainty of immutable law, that gratitude is the most powerful magnet in the universe. It is the profound recognition of the good that already exists, and it is the key that unlocks the floodgates of even greater good into your experience. Your morning, before the external world can impose its anxieties upon you, is your sacred opportunity to consciously shift your vibration, to align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and to attract all good things into your day. When you awaken, make it your unwavering ritual to identify and acknowledge, with profound emotion, the blessings you already possess. Give thanks for the breath in your lungs, for the roof over your head, for the love in your life, for the opportunities that await you, for the very gift of a new. This is not a superficial exercise, it is a deep, heartfelt act of conscious appreciation, a powerful declaration to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. Consider the profound wisdom of a gardener who meticulously tends to his thriving plants, nurturing them with care and appreciation. He does not focus solely on the weeds. He celebrates the blossoms. He cherishes the fruit. He gives thanks for the vibrant life that surrounds him. And in doing so, he encourages even greater growth, even more abundant beauty. So too must you approach your morning. Nurture the garden of your life with the powerful fertilizer of gratitude. Focus on the blessings that are already present and watch as they miraculously multiply, attracting even more to your experience. This unwavering attitude of gratitude is a powerful antidote to morning anxiety, to the insidious feeling of lack, and to the pervasive negativity that can derail your potential. When you awaken with a heart overflowing with appreciation, your entire being vibrates at a higher frequency. You become a magnet for positive experiences, for harmonious relationships, for unexpected opportunities, and for profound joy. Challenges will still arise, yes, for life is a school of growth, but you will meet them not with dread, but with an inner resilience, a quiet confidence, and an unshakable knowing that even in adversity, there are hidden blessings, profound lessons, and undeniable opportunities for growth. So tomorrow morning, as your eyes open, let your first conscious thought be a profound act of gratitude. Identify 3 things, no matter how small, for which you are truly deeply thankful. Feel the emotion of that appreciation permeate every fiber of your being. Let it set the tone for your entire day. For the man who begins his day with a heart overflowing with gratitude will find that life, in its infinite wisdom, perpetually presents him with even more to be grateful for. That, my friends, is the profound secret of attracting abundance, of manifesting joy, and of living a life of undeniable, profound fulfillment. My esteemed listeners, you have now journeyed deep into the alchemical power of your morning, grasping its profound role as a sacred crucible for sculpting your destiny. You have learned to conquer the first battle of the day, to program your mind with unwavering intention, to strategically prepare your dawn, to cultivate an unshakable faith in the certainty of your outcomes, and to understand the law of reciprocity that governs all true abundance. But the quest for absolute, undeniable mastery over your mornings, for transforming them into an unstoppable force for an extraordinary life, demands an even more profound understanding of the subtle yet omnipotent laws that govern human achievement. For the true power of the morning lies not merely in what you do, but in who you become through its deliberate, unwavering application. Today we ascend to the highest plane of conscious creation, revealing how the quiet hours before the world awakens are not just for personal discipline, but for an alignment with the universal principles of compounding effort, for forging an unbreakable inner discipline, and for consistently channeling the boundless energy of your imagination to manifest your grandest vision. This is not about adding more to your plate, but about imbuing every waking moment with amplified purpose, a strategic intent that compels success, joy, and profound fulfillment into your orbit. First, you must, with the meticulous foresight of a master builder, embrace the profound power of the law of accumulation and the compound effect of your morning micro-victory. Many men make the grievous error of believing that monumental change requires a single heroic effort, a sudden surge of motivation, or an external stroke of luck. They underestimate the quiet, insidious power of consistency, and they fail to recognize that the greatest victories are often forged not in grand declarations, but in the relentless daily accumulation of small, seemingly insignificant wins. Procrastination, therefore, finds its foothold when tasks appear overwhelming, when the gap between the present and the desired outcome seems insurmountable. But when you break your day, and indeed your life, into a series of achievable micro-victories, meticulously executed in the quiet of your morning, you unleash a compounding force that is truly unstoppable. Your morning is your laboratory for these micro-victories. It is the testing ground where you prove to yourself repeatedly that you are capable of consistent action, that you are a person who follows through, that you are indeed the master of your own will. The act of waking up at your chosen time, despite the seductive lure of the act of engaging in sacred silence, despite the clamor of distractions, the act of choosing your identity, despite the whispers of doubt, the act of writing that one sentence, making that one call, completing that one small task, each of these is a micro-victory. And each micro-victory in isolation may appear negligible, but when consistently repeated day after relentless day, they compound into an irresistible momentum, a powerful snowball of discipline that crushes all resistance in its path. Consider the profound truth of the snowball rolling downhill. It begins as a tiny, almost imperceptible sphere, but with each rotation, each additional flake of snow it gathers, it grows, slowly at first, then with accelerating force, until it becomes an unstoppable monumental force. So too with your morning micro-victories. Each small act of discipline, each tiny triumph over inertia, each deliberate choice to begin, adds another layer to your mental and emotional strength. This consistent accumulation of wins builds a powerful, unbreakable habit of execution. It rewires your brain, teaching it that action, not delay, is your default. It strengthens your self-trust, proving to yourself repeatedly that you are a person of your word, a person upon whom you can absolutely rely. This conscious focus on compounding micro-victories is the ultimate antidote to the overwhelming feeling, to the insidious paralysis of analysis, to the temptation to postpone until the perfect moment arrives. For when you understand that your entire day, and indeed your entire life, is merely the sum total of these small, consistent choices, the desire to delay simply vanishes. You no longer wait for the perfect conditions, you create them, minute by deliberate minute, action by deliberate action, throughout your morning. Your momentum becomes self-generating, your confidence becomes unshakable, and your path to success becomes not merely possible, but inevitable. So tomorrow morning as you rise, focus not on the monumental mountain ahead, but on the single tiny undeniable step you will take. And then with the fierce intention of a champion, take it, and then another, and then another. Accumulate your micro-victory. Prove to yourself repeatedly that you are a person of action. For the man who masters his mornings, who consistently chooses discipline over comfort, who relentlessly compounds his small wins, will find that he has not merely changed his daily routine. He has, my friends, fundamentally rewritten his destiny. He has sculpted himself into an unstoppable force, a living testament to the profound power that lies in consciously creating every single moment, from the first light of dawn to the final triumph of his magnificent purpose. That, my friends, is the profound secret of mastering your mornings, and indeed the entire magnificent tapestry of your life. Second, you must, with the creative genius of a master architect, harness the boundless power of your imagination and visualization in your morning ritual. Most men permit their imagination to run wild, constructing vivid images of fear, doubt, and limitation, or else they leave it dormant, an untapped reservoir of creative power. They fail to understand that imagination is not merely a tool for fantasy. It is the fundamental workshop of the mind, the very first step in the process of transforming an intangible thought into a tangible reality. And your morning before the external world can impose its limitations upon you is your most potent opportunity to consciously direct this magnificent faculty towards the manifestation of your definite purpose. Visualization is not a passive daydream. It is an active, deliberate, and emotional process of creating a clear, vivid mental image of your desired outcome, as if it has already been achieved. It is immersing yourself in the sensory experience of your future success. In the quiet of your morning after you have awakened your spirit and clarified your purpose, close your eyes, see your definite purpose already fulfilled. See yourself embodying your chosen identity. Feel the profound emotions of triumph, of gratitude, of undeniable satisfaction. Hear the words of congratulations. Smell the scent of success. Let every fiber of your being vibrate with the reality of your envisioned future. Imbue these mental images with intense feeling, for emotion, my friends, is the fuel that deeply impresses these blueprints upon the receptive canvas of your subconscious mind, compelling it to relentlessly work towards their manifestation. Consider the profound wisdom of a master builder. He does not begin construction without a meticulously detailed blueprint, a clear, precise image of the finished structure. He studies it, he visualizes it, he carries that image in his mind throughout every phase of the construction. So too must you approach your life. Use your morning to build your mental blueprints. Use visualization to impress upon your subconscious mind the exact reality you intend to create. See yourself taking the necessary actions with ease and confidence. See yourself overcoming every obstacle with grace and ingenuity. See yourself celebrating the ultimate triumph of your definite purpose. This consistent, deliberate practice of imagination and visualization is the ultimate antidote to the feeling of being overwhelmed by the magnitude of your goals, to the insidious doubt that whispers, "It's too big, it's too difficult." For when your subconscious mind is powerfully programmed with the clear emotional blueprint of your desired outcome, when it is saturated with the conviction that your definite purpose is inevitable, then hesitation simply vanishes. The path of action becomes clear. Solutions appear as if by magic, and you move through your day with an inner certainty, an unshakable confidence that draws success to you like a powerful magnet. So tomorrow morning after you awaken, dedicate a sacred few minutes to this profound practice. Close your eyes, visualize your definite purpose with vivid detail, feel the emotions of its fulfillment. Let your imagination soar, unconstrained by present limitation. For in those quiet moments of conscious creation, you are not merely dreaming, you are, my friends, meticulously constructing the very reality you intend to inhabit. That, I assure you, is the profound secret of deliberate manifestation. Third, you must, with the unwavering commitment of a champion, master the principle of self-discipline, understanding it as the ultimate liberating force in your morning. Many men view discipline as a burden, a restriction, a harsh imposition upon their freedom. They rebel against its demands, clinging to the fleeting comfort of immediate gratification, only to find themselves shackled by the chains of unfulfilled potential, regret, and perpetual reaction. But I tell you with the certainty of immutable law that true freedom is not found in the absence of discipline. No, true freedom is found through discipline. It is the profound liberation that comes from mastering your impulses, from aligning your actions with your highest purpose, and from becoming the undeniable commander of your own will. Your morning, my friends, is your daily proving ground for self-discipline. It is the moment when you must, with unwavering resolve, choose the difficult right over the easy wrong. It is when you decide to rise, to engage in your sacred ritual, to take that first decisive action, even when every fiber of your being craves comfort, distraction, or delay. Each act of morning self-discipline, no matter how small, is a profound victory over your lower self, a powerful affirmation of your higher self. It is the consistent practice of making yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. And in doing so, you are not merely building a habit, you are building an unshakable character. This unwavering self-discipline, consistently applied in the quiet of your morning, is the ultimate antidote to procrastination, to indecision, and to the feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed. When you consciously choose discipline, You are not merely forcing yourself to act. You are programming your subconscious mind to respond instantly to your will. You are building an internal automated system for success. The friction of beginning diminishes. The resistance to action fades, and you move through your day with an effortless momentum, a quiet confidence that radiates from your very core. For you know, with absolute certainty, that you are the architect of your own destiny, utterly unconstrained by your fleeting moods or impulses. So tomorrow morning, when the subtle whisper of comfort attempts to derail your intention, greet it with the fierce, unwavering resolve of a champion. Do not negotiate. Do not rationalize. Simply act. Choose discipline over ease. For in that singular decisive act of choosing self-discipline, you will not merely conquer a momentary impulse. You will, my friends, claim your profound freedom and unleash the unstoppable force of your true potential. That, I assure you, is the profound secret of rewiring your mind and reclaiming your power from the very first light of dawn.